video. This video is predominantly for educational purposes and is about the few South Sudanese leaders who ruled South Sudan during the regional governments, from the High Executive Council to the government of South Sudan. I will exclude the Coordination Council of South Sudan, which was the result of the Khartoum Peace Agreement 1997 April. So this is what I'm going to do quickly. It's just a very short educational video. South Sudanese leaders. You can see the cover, of course, is Dr. John Garang. In 1972, the Sudanese government and the South Sudan Liberation Movement, SSLM, negotiated Addis Ababa Peace Agreement. As a result, South Sudanese regional government was formed, and then from there, the government of the South Sudanese government was called High Executive Council, and it was based in Juba with the regional parliament. But there were a lot of provisions that were not fulfilled, and that resulted in discontent with some South Sudanese former Nyanya warriors, and some of them have to leave in 1975 back to the bush. So, but when the first government was formed, Abel Alier became the first president. To those who don't know who Abel was a member of Southern Front then, but a Sudanese lawyer before he became a peace negotiator on behalf of the government, and then later the president of the High Executive Council in South Sudan from April 6, 1972 to February of 1978. After him, that was in 1978, the former commander-in-chief and the chairman of the SSLM took up a decision to be a new leader of the High Executive Council. Even though he was assigned to the military, he came back to rule. General Joseph Lago came back and took a Sino ticket, even though he was formerly known to be a chairperson for the SSLM. The picture is not here, but this is for Peter Garquat, who ruled South Sudan, the South Sudan High Executive Council from 12th of July 1979 to the 30th of May 1980, before the second return of Abel Ali Kwayakut. That was in 1980 on the 30th of May, and until 1981, 5th of October, Abel was a member of Southern Front, and this was the second ruling of South Sudan. The president of High Executive Council between 1981 and 1982 was then the Gismala Abdallah Risas, who actually stayed there for a few months, and that was the same thing for Joseph Tumbra, who also stayed there for a few months. You can see that the president of the High Executive Council, which is Joseph Tumbra, stayed for a very, very short period of time. And even though his leadership became a big part of the problem when Kokoro was introduced, and then the division, and that created a lot. By then, the liberation had already started in Bor on the 16th May 1983, and then the division a few years later. As a result of long negotiation in Kenya, the government of South Sudan and the government of Sudan, the South Sudanese People Liberation Movement, SPLM, agreed in Naivasha on the 31st of December 2004, and that's the result that the government called Government of South Sudan was formed. when peace was signed, and then celebrated on the 9th of January 2005 in Nyayo Stadium. And Dr. John Garang was sworn in as the first vice president on the 9th of July, and then the president of the government of South Sudan the same time. But that could not go long, because 21 days later Dr. John Garang died. So Dr. John Garang is the first president of the government of South Sudan, first Sudanese vice president, and commander-in-chief of the SPLA for 21 years, and chairman of the SPLM for 21 years. And if you look at the same thing with the president, Salva Kiir Mayardit Kiir became the first vice president on the 11th of August 2005, and then 2011 he became the president. So that's what happened, and now he's the chairman of the SPLM and the president of the Republic of South Sudan after independence. Thank you. Listen to our YouTube, John Ding.